U.S. officials say intelligence indicates an attack could happen in New York or Washington this weekend. 3 men are reportedly involved. At least 2 are believed to be U.S. citizens or have traveling documents. CBS News Homeland Security correspondent Bob Orr is in our Washington bureau with the latest. Bob, good morning. What is the latest?
Well, good morning, Russ. The FBI and CIA, as of this morning, still can't say with certainty whether or not this is a real threat. Agents and analysts, though, are working around the clock against, as you mentioned, a very urgent deadline. Now, it began with an overseas source on Wednesday telling the CIA that he'd heard of an al-Qaeda plot to attack the U.S. this weekend with car bombs. The attacks were aimed at New York and/or Washington, and he was told, or at least he heard, they could play out sometime between today, Saturday, and Monday, all to mark the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Now, the source did mention 3 possible operatives, including 2 Americans who could be involved, but the information was not complete and so far, Russ, cannot be confirmed.
Bob, I know coming down here to Ground Zero today, there's a lot of police presence in downtown Manhattan. What else can you tell us about security measures being taken today in Washington and in New York and beyond?
Well, security is very tight in Washington and New York. There are a lot of checkpoints. There are bomb dogs, visible squads of heavily armed police. And as you say, all of this is because of the 9/11 ceremonies that are playing out. Police can't take any chances here. They don't know what they have, but they're looking for these operatives. Perhaps they have a name. They're not sure the name is real of one of them, but they can't pin that down. I do have to say, though, that against this backdrop of concern, there is also at least a thought that maybe this isn't as real as we first thought it was, because not all of the information seems to be lining up in a plausible way. The problem we have here, though, is no one can take anything for granted, and we don't know enough to either knock down the alleged threat or to confirm it and say it is real. So, because of that, all necessary precautions are being taken, Russ.
Okay. Bob Orr in Washington, as always. Thanks a lot.